Hello. We have just experienced the season of giving, and oh, what a joyous season that is, and how much do we all love it? It's great. It's happy, it's festive, we're doing things for other people. As I said, it's joyous. Unfortunately, it's followed by the season of paying for it, and that's not a joyous season at all. And already I'm hearing from people who have, well, opened their new credit card statements and are going, oh my God, what did I do? I can't afford this. Hello, I'm attorney Lewis Haskell, and I've been practicing bankruptcy law in the city of Lowell for the past 38 years. And it's my pleasure to tell you that not only is there something we can do, but I'm offering a special payment plan this time of year because the season of paying for it happens to correspond with tax season. And that creates opportunities that don't exist any other time of the year. So, as I say, people are calling me and going, what did I do? I just can't do this. And look, if your choice is pay Citibank or pay the landlord, of course you're going to pay the landlord. If the choice is pay Chase or feed your children, then of course you're going to feed your children. If your choice is pay Bank of America or pay for your prescriptions, well, interestingly enough, some people pay Bank of America, but you should buy your prescriptions. That's the cliche. There's nothing more important than your health. It's cliche because it's so obviously true. So what happens then if you can't pay Chase, you can't pay Citibank, and you can't pay Bank of America? These aren't nice people. They're not full of the spirit of giving. They're not going to forget about you, but you can come see me and see if bankruptcy is an option, because for so many people caught in this trap, it really is. And here's my season of having to pay for it payment plan. When you come to see me, or shortly thereafter, or really whenever you're ready to start, we do insist upon an initial deposit of $200, and this way we know you mean it. That's when we start taking documents from you. We start taking all your information. And more importantly, at least from your point of view, that is when you can start telling your creditors that you're filing bankruptcy. You have an attorney. You'll give them my name and number. You'll let me be the bad guy. Attorney Haskell said, I cannot talk to you. Attorney Haskell said, if you have any questions, you may contact his office. And that'll buy you several months of peace. And for most people, what I will then do is give you a tax return. I'll prepare your tax form. I say for most people because if you have a business or rental property or something like that, I may just simply discount what I normally charge. So we get the tax form filed. But I want that tax form filed quickly. And if there's a refund, and especially if there's a significant refund, I want that refund to come in quickly. Number one, because that refund, well, it gives you the opportunity to pay me off, right? The rest of what I'm owed. And that's obviously important to me. But it's also important in this context. I have clients who get monster refunds, $10,000, $12,000 of refunds. This year, the refund should be a little bit higher. And one of the things that the trustee will always say is, what happened to it? Well, obviously, a $10,000, $12,000 refund is not my fee, but a portion of that would be. And then we'll have a conversation about what happens with the rest of the refund. There are certainly things you cannot do with it. You cannot pay back friends and family. You cannot give it away, things like that. But for people in financial distress, even very large tax refunds tend to go away quickly. There's a lot of deferred need, right? The roof needs to be repaired. The car needs to be repaired. The cupboards are bare. The children need clothes. There's always something. I don't need to tell you that, right? There's always something. That money never lasts. And we deal with all of that. So it makes for the most painless way of paying for a bankruptcy. It means that all of these issues are properly dealt with, that the tax return is done correctly, that things are done quickly. Because again, paying for your taxes is something that's difficult during the season of paying for it. So again, this season of paying for it payment plan addresses a lot of issues. It creates, for people who are getting these refunds at least, the most painless way of paying for a bankruptcy. It's the one time a year in which people can, quote unquote, afford to go bankrupt. So that works out very nicely. It addresses the issues that surround the refund because, of course, in bankruptcy, my world is upside down. What's good is bad. And so big refund is actually bad. But we deal with that issue. You get your taxes done for free. I don't charge extra when I give this payment plan. And they're done right. They're done quickly. Look, paying for your taxes is a problem during the season of paying for it. And so it's nice. One less thing, right? I'm Forrest Gump now. One less thing. And so that's all good. And then, of course, when you get the refund, you can finish paying for the bankruptcy, and that at least paying for the bankruptcy out of the refund explains where that portion of the refund went. When you go into your trustee's hearing, the trustee is going to ask, especially with a very large refund, where did it go? And you can say, well, I gave it to Haskell to file this bankruptcy. And the trustee will say, money very well spent. No, he won't. But the trustee will acknowledge that is an appropriate expenditure and not challenge the use of it. So all in all, this works out well. And actually, as part of the season for paying for it payment plan, we're also throwing in one meeting, after the discharge to go over the credit report, make sure everything is right there, and to have a discussion about how to rebuild credit. Is a concern that a lot of people have. I think many people wait too long to file bankruptcy because they have some concern about what it will do to their credit. In other videos, I've discussed the fact that it's much easier to rebuild credit out of a bankruptcy than it is to rebuild credit out of a mess. You're not paying your bills on time, your credit is already shot. But once we clear away all this debt, and I say it's easy to rebuild credit, it is nice to get a little guidance on how to do it. Although I've found that my clients haven't really had that much trouble on their own, but we'll throw in that meeting up to an hour, the discharge issues, to help people wipe their slate clean and get a fresh start, which are the cliches associated with bankruptcy. So, happy season of paying for it. Sorry that this is such a hardship for so many people. We're here to help. And until then, happy season, I guess. Strong, be happy.